Hey guys, today I will tell you why selling your car to Carmax is better than trading it into a dealership. And stay tuned because opting for this way to get rid of your used car to make room for your new one can save you a lot of money. I have done both many times. I traded in plenty of cars and I have also sold cars to places like CarMax on at least three occasions that I can remember in my 30-year journey in buying cars. And first of all, I'm saying CarMax only because this is the company that I've had firsthand experience, but there are others like Carvana and AutoNation. And for those of you that do not know what CarMax is a huge car store that buys and sells cars. These stores are huge and they have plenty of inventory from all makes and models. And you can just walk in, pick a car, they'll finance it for you and offer you service contracts like extended warranties, some people call them. So you do everything in-house. Trading your car means that you drive into a dealership, the dealership buys your car and you buy a car from them. But at least in California, this process is not really a trade-in as these are two separate transactions. You sell your car to the dealership and the dealership sells you a car. If you have equity on your car, they use that towards the purchase of your next car. But if you're underwater, they usually add that negative equity to the total amount of the purchase of your next car and you can either finance it or maybe write them a check for it for the amount of your negative equity. And I like how nerdwallet.com explains it for those states where the process is different, as you only pay sales tax on the difference between the amount you get for your trade-in and the cost of your vehicle or the vehicle that you want to buy.
Let's say there's a 7% sales tax in your state, and you want to buy a $45,000 car at a dealership. You also want to trade in your old car. If the dealer offers you $25,000 for it, you now owe the dealer the $20,000 balance for the new car. That means you will be taxed only on $20,000 instead of being taxed on $45,000. That is a sizable difference. A 7% sales tax on $20,000 is $1,400, while a 7% sales tax on $45,000 is $3,150. Meanwhile, if you sell your car on your own elsewhere, you will essentially walk into the dealership as a cash buyer and be liable for sales taxes on the whole amount.
So in a way, if you live in a state with this tax rule, trading in your car to a dealership may present a better deal depending on what CarMax offers you for your car. The last car that I sold to CarMax was my Tesla Model Y, and I compared CarMax and Carvana, and they were pretty similar in their offer. I mean, it was just a minimal difference. And I just went with CarMax because it was what I knew. Carvana have been dealing with some issues, some bad press.
Online used car dealer Carvana, Tong says there were hundreds of consumer complaints against them.
Carvana sold me a used vehicle with an undisclosed issue.
Complaints like extended delays in the title and registration documents, delayed payments to sellers, and deceptive representations of car conditions and features.
And because in the past I had already gone with CarMax, I just decided that why try something new if what I knew was good enough for me. And I also remember that in 2021, when I ordered my Tesla Model Y, I had the option of selling my Lexus to Tesla. And they quoted me, I believe, about $100 more than CarMax. But I went with CarMax because I found their self-appraisal process online more accurate. And I made a video about it. So you want to check it out? I'll leave you the link right here. So now let's go with the 5 reasons why I believe that selling your car to CarMax is a better option than trading it in. Let's start with, I think, one of the biggest ones out of these 5 is the convenience. Selling your car to CarMax is a super straightforward process. You can get a quick online quote. It's just a few minutes without even leaving the comfort of your home. Just enter your car's VIN, answer a questionnaire, which is pretty elaborate, that asks you the actual condition of the different aspects of your car, and that's it. That's way more hassle-free than going with a trade-in at the dealership. You're often left haggling and waiting around while they appraise your car, which links to reason number 2, which is transparency. Carmax offers a no haggle, no pressure experience. Their offers are usually valid for about 7 days, giving you the time to think it over. At a dealership, you might feel pressured to accept a trading offer on the spot, often with less clarity on the value of your vehicle. On a side note, a lot of manufacturers, they have on their website, they have a link where you can appraise your car, but it is up to the individual dealership to pay you whatever they want because car dealerships are licensed retailers that are independent from their manufacturers. They're independently owned. And likewise, You can appraise your car for trading value at websites like Kelly Blue Book, Edmunds, Cars.com, TrueCar.com. And I suggest that if you want to go with a trading option, to print these appraisals for a very good starting point of negotiation. And next on the list is value. And I have my reserve on this one because in many cases, selling a car to CarMax can get you a better price than a trade-in. Because, dealerships might lowball you from the get-go because they anticipate that they can make money off you in the many different stages to the buy-sell transaction, and because they can and because they will. They will offer you as little as they can for your trade-in and then ask you for as much as they can for the car you want to buy. And that's part of the reason why I just don't do trade-ins anymore. I want to concentrate on one aspect of my vehicle replacement at a time. So selling my car on the side to someone else or to CarMax, in this case, allows me to focus on one thing at a time. I also, when I walk into a dealership, I already know the best APR I can get, whether it's from the dealership or the manufacturer or my credit union. So I don't have to deal with that because I know I have an excellent credit score. So I don't have to be haggling about the APR that I'm about to get on this vehicle. CarMax offer is not contingent on you buying a vehicle from them. So the process focuses solely on making you an offer for your used car. And it is up to you if you think that the offer is fair or not. And while I'm here, I would like to point out that CarMax and dealerships use the same formulas and the same data to make you an offer. So in theory, their offers should be fairly similar, but they're not. And I guess the reason is because dealerships tend to have a more opaque way to make money off you. And something to consider too is that certain vehicles are not that easy to appraise, especially the older vehicles. Their offers may be too low, or you may be asked to bring it into CarMax. That was the case of my Acura TSX 2007. When I appraised it with CarMax, they offered me, I think it was like $1,200, but it was a $5,000 vehicle any day. So I suggest you find out how much you could get for your car from a private party first, and then determine if going this route is worth your time and everything that comes with it. And let's not forget flexibility. If you sell your car to CarMax, you get money that you can use anywhere. Remember, cash is king. With the trading value, the money is tied to your next purchase, limiting your options. And like I said earlier, I rather deal with one step at a time when it's time to replace my old unwanted car with the car that I really want. Finally, selling a car to CarMax is stress-free. They take care of all the paperwork, making the process smooth and easy. Dealerships can sometimes turn the trading process into a negotiation marathon, causing unnecessary stress. I've had experiences where dealerships tried to sell me stuff that I didn't ask for, so I'm always on high guard. The least amount of things and services that you get from the dealership, the better. A dealership makes money off you not only by selling you a car, but also there's money for them in the financing and any added options, services like extended warranties and stuff that you may not really need, gap insurance. So the less aspects of a vehicle purchase that you leave to the dealership, the more you will potentially save. So these are the 5 solid reasons why selling your car to CarMax could be better than trading it in. Both options offer you the convenience of not dealing with the legwork that it takes to sell a car on your own to a private party, but this convenience comes at a price, and as in most cases, you could get a lot more for your car if you sold it to someone else for private party value. But out of these 2 options, CarMax is the better choice. But please let me know in the comments if you had experiences with CarMax or traded in your vehicle. Drop me a comment below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.